Hello guys. So today we will continue from factor influencing attitude formation. What are the factor is influencing for attitude formation? Two factor is there. First is factor within the individual and factor in the environmental. Individual wise and how environmental will affect in the attitude formation. So first factor influencing attitude formation. So in the first how the individual will affect factor within the individual. So physical growth and development, according to physical growth and development, because of the poor health, poor adjustment, maybe develop poor attitude. Poor health condition, maybe they or those people are having poor adjustment skill. They are developing the attitude skill. And second page, intellectual development. In the intellectual development, that factors such as memory and understanding, thinking capacity, reasoning ability, these all are the intellectual development. They are according to the person memory and what is their thinking capacity, understanding skill. They all are the intellectual development. How intellectually the person is developed or not. So emotional development, the person will, according to their age, the person will emotionally mature or not. If the person will emotionally mature, then the person will do social adjustment very nicely, social approval, and how to they link up with their friends, this kind of things they are handling very nicely. So then social development. In the social development, such as interaction, social interaction may create a antisocial attitude. How the person will interact with each other socially, how many friends is there with they are having what type of attitude, the social gathering only showing that if the person is very aggressive and very attitude showing very rudely, they talk with their friends, so no one wants to friend with them, or no one wants to talk with them. For that, the socially how the person will develop, that is known as social development. Then ethical and moral development. In the ethical and moral development, God is one or many, or concept of value and idea. Means ethically or morally, how the person is developed. Means if the person is who is God, and how many God is there, if that kind of concept, ethical value and moral value, both are there in our attitude formation. So this is about factors within the individual, how factors is in between our individual. If any doubt, please comment. Then second point is factors in the environment. In the second factors in the environment, how environmentally, that is environment means first point is home and family. Second is so how social environment. In the home and family, that what kind of family is there, and what are the norm is there for family, that is family value, and what is the concept of the family, attitude of the family member, that only come in the next generation. According to family, that faulty upbringing of the child, or unhealthy family relationship, if they are in between, if the father mother having unhealthy family relationship, then this will affect the child, because the family and home will be environmentally factor the child according to the attitude formation. Then social environment. In the social environment means how the person, in which area the person will staying, which kind of people surrounding staying there, that one also the very big factor for attitude formation. That is school, which school they are going, and what type of teachers, classmate teaching, which teaching method they are using to teach them, curriculum and subject, these are the social environment. And it is also including religious group, social club, mass media, celebrities, advertisement, newspaper, these all are the affect in socially to formation the attitude of the person. Next is attitudinal changes. Attitudinal changes in attitude, it is providing proper education. both curricular and co-curricular or formal and informal education is there. So for informal and informal and curricular and co-curricular, that making use a propaganda mechanism such as it is an information in information especially of a based or misleading nature, so it is used to promote a political cause or point of view. So mainly it is used but organization and government to increase the rating. For example, if you are creating of violence in Kashmir, it makes the state always hotter, but both are politician and religious purpose only. How if you are having very aggression and violence, for that the Kashmir in the Kashmir the in any situation the Kashmir in the Kashmir all are the violence violence aggression is there. So for that they are always in the hotter, both the politician and religious purpose, also political issue is there and religious purpose is there. Get it? If doubt, please comment. And also using fear including mechanism such as punishment, rules, legal aspect, and for example if the law of an arctic against women make us to behave properly and with the women, so use of in the fear in inducing means what kind of fear is there, how to means if any illegal or legally aspect the person is doing some bad things, how punishment, which type of punishment we are giving, according to that only people we can control the people behavior and attitude. For that the law of erotic against women make us to behave properly with the women. So use of second is use of modeling technique. In the use of modeling technique, we should setting an example such as good films, good serials, social and political figures can set themselves as an example for making attitudinal change in others. So the if you are seeing a good films, good series, good social political figure, so you can change your attitude towards the film, towards the serial, towards the politician. This is the modeling technique. Then direct personal experience. In the direct personal experience, if you are helped by a person of another religion during a communal violence, then attitude toward that religion also change. If for example if Hindu and Muslim two religion very violence and very unhappy unpleasant environment is there, fighting is there, violence period, but that period if you are helping if other religion helping you, for the after that only your attitudes change toward that other religions. This is the attitudinal changes. Then next is psychometric assessment of attitude. These are the things, what is attitude and what are the attitudinal changes is there and how the attitude change. But now we are no read psychometric assessment of attitude means how we assess our attitude, how the what type of attitude the person will carrying, how to we measure. Two method is there, direct method, indirect method. So in the direct method, this can be done in two way, direct and indirect. Direct method, it is the questioning and interview technique. Indirectly we front to front communicate with the client and we question them and interview them, so asking the individual and directly how he feels about the subject or object. And second point is checklist. We are preparing one checklist and asking them to mark those statement from the list which we an agreement means one sorry one statement is there, which statement they agree they should check. Then attitude scale. In the attitude scale, these are the following attitude scales is there. First is Thurston attitude scale. Thurston attitude scale, they are also known as a equal appearing interval scale. So in the Thurston, a large number of statements representing a variety of opinion on a subject are collected. Variety of opinion is there for a subject are collected, and these statements are given to a number of judges who will sort the statement into two categories, very favorable or two very unfavorable. Two categories there, and in between scoring is there. So the Finnish scale then consists of the clearly defined opinion of the subject. If one subject is there, that subject is favorable or unfavorable, that will be grade, and the grade is 1 to 11, and each of these are assigned value based on the median scale position given by the judges and arrangement in between 1 to 11. Like below given one example. So in the attitude towards the temple, if I believe the temple are greatest institution in India today, so in between 1 to 11, which score you will put in that statement? This is the scale that I believe it is necessary or essentially to go temple for living a life. If you are agree, then you are giving more mark. If you are not agree, less mark, less score. So I believe in what temple teaches, but with mental reservation. I believe in religious, but seldom go to temple. This kind of statement, and inside you should put the score. This is the Thurston attitude scale. Next is, so in that score, the client is believed that the greatest, I believe temple are greatest institution in India. They don't believe, they are giving 0.2. And believe in necessary essential to go temple for living a life, they also not agree, that's why they give in 1.5. And what they agree, that I do not get any benefit from attending temple service, but I think it helps some people, that statement they agree, so they are giving 5.7. This attitudes towards going to the temple can be determined at such these, means if the what type of attitude the person is carrying towards temple, in this scale we can find out. Next is Likert attitude scale. In Likert attitude scale, Likert developed the attitude principle in 1932. So in that we measuring the attitude by asking people to respond to a series of statements about a topic in terms of extent to which they are agree with them, and so tapping into the cognitive and affective component of the attitude about a statement, if the person is some extent agree or not agree. So respondent may be offered a choice of 5 to 7 or even 9 pre-coded response. So within the neutral point begin neither agree nor disagree. They should agree, not disagree. But in constructing such a scale, and a number of items concerning a particular subject are collected. Particular a subject is collected in between the Likert scale. So for example, if the individual asks to indicate the degree of each agreement or disagreement with each item on 5 point of scale, that A is agreement, S is string agreement, I is undecided, D is disagreement, SD is strong disagreement. This is the scoring type. This score are given from 1 to 5, depend on the type of question, and score are analyzed. So one example is there, that we should be willing to fight for our country whether it is in the right or in the wrong. What the people are thinking, and what type of they are agree or disagree. This is the code is there in response, SA, AID, SD. According to that, they should check it. Second is, our country should never declare war again under any circumstances. What is the client point of view? They should, according to that, they should check. Then next is indirect method. In the indirect method, we should indirectly, verbally, we should express our attitude. So verbal expression of attitude has a limitation. One may conceal real attitude, so that overt behavior is not always the true expression of their attitude towards a thing. Towards a thing, what is the person attitude? Towards a object, towards a person, or towards a thing. So in these circumstances, we use a projective technique. and these are a measurement and method in the distinguished manner. So this indirect method, this will find out, may not know the real purpose of the test and maybe blindly they answer it, but an intelligent interpretation of this test can be determined right attitude. So this indirect method technique are mostly used also for personality assessment, and hence it will be discussed in the next unit. Next is attitude in health and sickness. In between the health and sickness, what is the person attitude? The person will carry, the person should be carry positive attitude, good for health. If the person is carrying the positive attitude, the person is having good health, and a positive mental attitude benefit the health, longevity and quality of life, and it should reduce the stress and eliminating the negative self-talk, and it can reverse health risks in seniors and towards their illness, and huge impact is there. If a person attitude towards their illness is positive, then the person is recovering very fast. Get it? If any doubt, please comment. Then health benefits of positive attitude. If the positive person is will carrying the positive attitude, what are the health benefit? It increase the lifespan of the person, lower rate of depression, lower level of distress, greater resistance to the common cold, better psychological and physical well-being, reduce risks of death from cardiovascular disease, and better coping skill during hardship and time of stress. Means if the person will carrying the positive attitude, they should the lifespan will increase, depression decrease, stress decrease, they should have the psychological and physiological well-being, reduce the cardiovascular disease. These are the benefited. Then it is during sickness. If attitude during sickness, the positive attitude towards the diseases and negative attitude towards the sickness will carry, and attitude toward healthcare professional, if who all are taking care of you, you should carrying the positive attitude, and promote positive attitude toward rehabilitation process, and it has a curative effect also, and it helps to magnitude to the chronic diseases also. Then nursing implication of attitude. The nursing implication, the first is patient care, formation of attitude of peers or juniors, for colleagues or juniors. You should have the cool and kind attitude, and acceptance of new technology, curriculum planning. These are the nursing implication. So attitude is everything. So for today that much. Thank you. If any doubt is there, please comment, please like and subscribe my channel for more video. Thank you.